Good morning, everyone. This is part 2 of how to wrap your hand for boxing. So boxing wrap, and whenever you're hitting the bag, sparring, or doing any kind of contact work with boxing, you should wrap your hand for the safety of wrist, the bones in your hand, and your knuckles. In part 1, we covered the basic wrap, which is the simplest wrap you can do. Now we're going to cover a little bit more advanced wrap, which is for harder contact, which will help to secure in between the knuckles of the hand. Again, like we said in part 1, you always want to have your wrap like this at the end of the day, wrapped up nice and tight. It helps to make it faster when you go to re-wrap your hand. If you don't, if you throw it in your gym bag, the next day it's going to look like this, and it's going to be annoying. It's going to take a long time to undo that, unknot it. So if you spend the 60 seconds to re-wrap it at the end, this is awesome because it's way more efficient. It doesn't get tangled in your clothes, and it's a faster wrap then. Again, in case you missed the first video, part 1, on the basic wrap, when you wash these guys, do not put them in a washer or dryer. It will get tangled in the agitator of a washer or in the clothes. Same with the dryer. I've had to cut them out of clothing. Just wash them in soapy water, squeeze them out real quick, rinse them, squeeze them out, that's it. Hang them up. You don't have to wash them every day. Just hang them on a nail or re-wrap them like this. If you leave them in your gym, hang them on a hook or a nail and let them hang down without dragging on the floor, and they'll be good enough to use the next time. You can probably get away with that for a couple weeks before you have to wash them. You'll know they'll smell. But cool thing is, when I wrap like this, you undo the Velcro or the tie. The old ones, the old school had a shoelace tie, and you get to do that, and that is fun. And that's how we start. All right, got to make life fun. Now there is a front side and a back side, or an up or down side. The downside, down, meaning it goes against your skin. My other wraps had a tag that indicated that's the side that goes on your skin. These literally say this side down. Down meaning against your skin. You're going to start out with your thumb up like this. You're going to keep your fingers wide, okay? We're going to come up a little closer. You want to have it so the downside is like that. And you're going to start by wrapping it around your wrist 3 times. Once, twice a little further up your wrist. And then there's a layer now. Now go back over top of that layer. Now I have it like this. It's starting to get stable. We're going to wrap it around and go across our index finger knuckle. We're coming down like that to our index finger knuckle. Then around again to make it straight across all 4 knuckles. Okay? Now from there, we're going to come down one more time, covering half of that wrap again. Okay? Now, we're going to start a series of X's across your hand, this way and this way as we wrap. So we wrapped it twice around the knuckle. Now, we're coming around, and I'm coming down across my wrist. All right? Across my wrist, under, around, and I'm going to start my first X coming up. Okay? I'm coming up, underneath the backside, and I'm going to angle it down again. Okay? Looks like that. Looks like that. Now, I'm going around my wrist one more time. Boom, I'm making that stable. I keep my fingers nice and wide. I'm going to come up. I went around my wrist on the back side. And I am going to come up. And the goal is to not make as many wrinkles under there. Up like this and pull in between my pinky and ring finger. Now on the other side, once you pull it from palm to top side, you're going to create some wrinkles. Wrinkles equal air, air equals lack of security, stability, but you're going to have a little bit of it. You can't get away from that. Now, I'm going to make that a little tight here. I'm going to secure this side by wrapping around the bottom of it here, okay? And then I'm coming up again in between the middle finger now, okay? Now this is a little bigger wrinkle. I'm going to flatten that out, okay? I'm coming down. I'm going to wrap around and catch my thumb now. I want to bring my thumb in too, because if you ever accidentally thumb a bag or a person, meaning your thumb was out, hurts a lot. It's like jamming your finger. So this wrap around the thumb is going to pull the thumb in. And did you notice I held it on my body? I'm using my body as another hand to help hold that there as I come across. I'm making kind of that X situation going on here. Coming up and across, all right? Now, that's kind of going to be loose and slip down my thumb. So I'm going to cover half of that wrap again, okay? Now, I need one more wrap in my index finger, okay? So the approach for that, I'm coming around, I wrap that thumb wrap halfway down to secure it, and now I'm going to come up here, and I got it in between my index finger now, okay? So I hit every finger. Now let's re-wrap. Let's start doing the X's. We're going to X here. I'm running out of length, so I got to get a couple X's in quick. And that'll hold what I did in place. So there's the first X, and now on the opposing angle, like that. Bam. Now, my wraps in between my fingers are held in place. My thumb wrap is held in place by those X's. Now I'm going down my wrist. I only got about 18 inches of wrap left. I feel pretty good. My fingers are nice and wide. I'm holding them nice and wide. And I'm going to keep this taut with my fingers, coming around, keeping it taut, wrinkle-free, covering that up, and then covering half of this up as I work my way back down to my wrist and ending up with it coming across like this. So I feel pretty stable there. Okay, now can I bend my fingers? Yeah, want to be able to bend my fingers, punch it, see how that feels? Punch it a couple times, it helps push that in there, okay? And we have a secure thumb. My knuckles here are nice and tight and secure, which kind of makes it harder for impact. I have the bones. You have your wrist, you have your metacarpals and your carpals. These bones are all secured and slightly padded. And it's not a lot of padding, but it means a lot. That little bit of extra padding means a lot. But when you're impacting, it helps. So that's a more advanced where you wrap in between the fingers like that. It feels pretty badass. So that's what you want. Try it a couple times. You don't want it so that when you're punching, if you throw your hand, and I'm going to throw my hand loose intentionally, like, I don't want this to move. When you're a beginner and you're wrapping your hands, if you're punching, you're shadow boxing before you put your gloves on, you're warming up, you'll find your wraps are falling off. And it happens to me all the time, and I'm like holding my wraps. So once you get good at this, it stays nice and tight without having to tape it. So this is a quick and easy way to do a little more advanced wrap that feels good when you hit a very dense, heavy bag, the 100-pounders or better. So if you have any questions, feel free to give me some feedback or ask me any questions. And this was part 2. There is part 1 that is a novice wrap that does not go in between the fingers, okay? All right, thank you very much.